Hey everyone, I hope your week has been good and that you found something to do while stuck indoors. Whilst I've not been working, I've been stuck into Disney Plus. It's got the Spider-Man cartoon from when I was much younger in the 90s on it. So I've been watching sort of an episode a day of that. It's excellent. If you have Disney Plus, I recommend it. I was kind of hoping to sneak into my garden to record this today, have a bit of outdoors. But my neighbour's doing some sort of DIY. There's lots of drilling going on. You wouldn't be able to hear me. That defeats the point. Anyway, I hope you're all doing great and you've had a good week. For the next few weeks, we're going to be thinking together about the world, about how it is now, and about what a perfect world would be like. And now, if we were at church with my lovely whiteboard, the question I would have written up there for you to answer is, what would the perfect world look like? And there's loads of different things I think you might have put. Loads of things you guys could have written underneath. Everyone's idea of a perfect world is going to be slightly different, isn't it? One person might say the perfect world involves all football all the time. It is a football fest. Someone else's idea of a perfect world will have football completely banned. No football ever allowed. Everyone's idea is going to be a little bit different. My perfect world clearly would involve some form of Spider-Man cartoon. But I reckon no matter who you ask, there are some things that are common to everyone. A few things that will be on everyone's list, no matter who you asked. I think no poverty would be on everyone's list. I reckon no pollution is something that everyone would say. No growing old, no pain, no one gets hurt, no sickness, and certainly no coronavirus, maybe even no death. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Well, the Bible tells us of a world like this. It does it in a picture language kind of way, but I think it makes some very exciting things really clear to us through those pictures. So we're going to have a look together at Revelation 21 verses 1 to 5 now. It says this: "Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, 'Behold, the dwelling place of God is with man. He will dwell with them, and they will be his people. And God himself will be with them as their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain any more, for the former things have passed away.' And he who was seated on the throne said, 'Behold, I am making all things new.'" So as I said, this is all picture language, using images to make its point. And it's telling us about a future that is to come. A future where all around us now is wiped away and something new and awesome has replaced it. There's a few details, I think, that are hidden, a little hidden in those pictures. Take this part we read about there being no sea. I know one or two of you are very keen sailors, and you would be horrified at the idea of there being no sea. But the sea here is just a picture of threat, of the unknown. The sea is where danger came from. So it's not saying that you won't be able to sail in this new creation, but it's saying that there is no threat. It's a world of security, a place where you are safe. What stood out the most to you as we read it? Maybe it was every tear being wiped away. Maybe it was no death, no mourning, no crying, no pain. Just picking one of those and having it true of the whole world would be astonishing. What a difference that would make. To have no pain in our world, or to have no death. But to have all of those together, that is the world we all want, isn't it? That's all the stuff we said people would say if they were asked what the perfect world would be like. But it's even better than it seems. Did you catch who was there in the centre of this new world? This perfect new world has God in it, right there with us, just as life was meant to be. And this, God promises, this perfect world is what is to come. We can look around now, and things are hard and difficult, particularly at this time. But it isn't always going to be this way. We often think of heaven as some sort of airy-fairy place where we just waft about on clouds in silly flowing robes. But that's not what this says. That's not the promise of Revelation 21 here. This is a real, physical, new, perfect earth. like this Earth, but without all the bad bits, without the pain, without the death, without crying, without sickness, certainly without coronavirus. And maybe to you this sounds good. Too good? Too good to be true, perhaps. How could we be sure that this world promised is really coming? Well, what if? Just what if? There was a time where God showed us a little taste, gave us a glimpse of what this world we all want is like. A time in history where God came and made that new world exist in part. How would that do as proof that this is what is coming? Because that's exactly what happened. And we're going to hear about that all together next week on this channel. So stay safe, everyone. Have a good week, and I will hope to speak to you all soon. Bye.